Mine is on. You're gonna turn your thing on.
Meeting come to order. It's certainly nice seeing everybody here tonight. Normally we're here by ourselves and we get all lonesome, but it's nice to see you. We'll turn it over to Dr. Versta.
Yes, I'd like to say good evening, board members, staff, community, and our friends at Southwest ISD, and especially our students. We have some recognitions that we'd like to take out and recognize some of our students for Student of the Month. We have our Spanish Spelling Bee winners with us this evening. We have our English Spelling Bee winners with us this evening. And then we also have a group of people who have been just instrumental in providing educational opportunities in the kindness of their heart and the gift of their time to Southwest ISD students that we're going to round it off and celebrate tonight. And so to begin this evening, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Viviana Garcia. She's going to lead us in our invocation, followed by our Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand. Let us reflect on how best to serve the students and staff of Southwest ISD. Allow us to work together well, to listen and respect each other's talents and skills, and to be watchful and mindful of the responsibilities we hold. May we rejoice in the privilege of watching our students grow into enlightened citizens of the community, and may we maintain focus on the dreams and aspirations of those we serve. In your name we pray.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Dr. Garcia.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll proceed with our introductions of our student recognitions today. We'll start with our high school student recognition. Today we have with us Alexandra Busby-Leja. Southwest ISD is proud to recognize Alexandra Busby-Leja. Alexandra was chosen because she is an outstanding student and athlete during her time at Southwest High School. She currently ranks in the top 20% of the senior class, and her accomplishments in basketball go on, including being named McDonald's All-American nominee, selected as a newcomer of the year during her freshman year, first team All-District for 2 years, offensive defensive MVP, and this year she helped lead the team to become co-district champs. Alexandra is currently involved in basketball, track, and she is an active member of her church. Alexandra would like to pursue physical therapy because of the numerous hours she had spent doing it on her own. She will be attending the University of the Incarnate Word, where she has already signed to play basketball. Congratulations, Alexandra. Next, we have our middle school recognition. Southwest ISD is proud to recognize Ryan Guerra, a 6th grade student at McCullough Middle School. Although Ryan is in his first year at McCullough, he has already taken a leadership role in the school by his participation as a Southwest ISD representative on the Mayor's Fitness Council this year. Ryan is currently organizing an intramural basketball league for those students who would like to participate in basketball year-round. An honor roll student, Ryan was a successful participant in this year's science fair. He placed 5th at the district level for his Dragon Tales entry and 2nd at the city level competition. Ryan's goal is to attend LSU. He wants to study engineering or filmmaking. McCullough Middle School is proud of this fellow rocket, Ryan Guerra. Congratulations, Ryan. Our elementary recognition today is for Victoria Galvan. Southwest ISD is proud to recognize Victoria Galvan, a 5th grade student at Big Country Elementary. Victoria is a go-to girl for assistance. She helps her teachers by being an overall role model for others. She is a peer tutor, a classroom leader, and AB honor roll student as well. Her dedication to education is evident in her perfect attendance status. Out of school, Victoria starts on her softball team and loves to read. Victoria is interested in becoming a surgeon and plans to attend UTSA. She has stated that she is very focused on her grades and takes them very seriously. Congratulations, Victoria.
So we really appreciate our students of the month. We'd like to ask if any of their family, families here, would you please stand, be recognized behind their student month, the students come up there.
We'll continue with our recognitions with our Spanish Spelling Bee student recognitions. First to be recognized is the elementary Spanish Spelling Bee winner, Mr. Dante Cortez, a third grade student at Sky Harbor. Dante is in Miss Rincon's class. This is Dante's first year participating in the Spelling Bee. He is currently involved in Dolphin Drama and will attend St. Mary's University to become a doctor. He hopes to become an optometrist. Congratulations, Dante.
To go, congratulations.
Congratulations, we're proud of you.
Congratulations, you look so nice.
Our high school Spanish Spelling Bee winner is Daniel Lopez, and I believe he hasn't arrived yet. So we'll continue with the English Spelling Bee student recognitions. We'll start with first grade student Kaysen Gutierrez from Sun Valley Elementary. Kaysen Gutierrez. Kaysen is a first grade student at Sun Valley, competing in his first Spelling Bee this year. Kaysen enjoys reading, playing video games, and playing football. Kaysen plans to go to college and play football one day. Then he wants to become a teacher.
Watch that flower.
He wants to what?
What position do you play in football?
Nice.
Good. Congratulations.
Congratulations, we're proud of you.
Also with us tonight is second grade English Spelling Bee student recognition for Dylan Gomez from Crewald Road Elementary. Okay. Dylan approaches every lesson or activity with a creative mind. He frequently takes activities or discussions and stretches them to a higher level. Dylan excels in many academic areas, but his favorite things to do are to draw and write creative stories. Just this week, Dylan wanted to begin an art club where students would turn in a piece of art each week. When Dylan isn't writing or drawing, he is reading. His favorite books right now are Big Nate books and Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Dylan is a well-rounded, friendly, responsible, and kind-hearted student with a great sense of humor. He loves to close lessons in his classroom with hashtags. For example, hashtag, this was kind of challenging. Congratulations, Dylan. Also with us tonight is third grade student Zariah McFadden from Big Country Elementary. Zariah is a third grade student at Big Country Elementary who has participated in the spelling bee for the past 3 years. She states that her mom is her spelling teacher. She likes basketball and track and loves to read books. After graduation, she plans to attend Harvard to become a track star and a teacher. Congratulations, Ms. McFadden.
It's a great ambition. Congratulations.
Our fourth grade student spelling bee recognition goes to Genesis Avila from Indian Creek Elementary. Genesis Avila Ochoa is a fourth grade student at Indian Creek who has participated in the spelling bee for 2 consecutive years. In third grade, she placed first at the campus spelling bee and then fifth at district. In fourth grade, she was an alternate at the campus spelling bee who went on to place first at district. Genesis likes to read and spend time with her baby brother. Her favorite chapter books to read are the Harry Potter series. Genesis plans to find a job while she works her way through college, ultimately becoming a lawyer. Congratulations, Genesis. Our fifth grade student winner is Caitlin Dovalina from Sun Valley Elementary. Caitlin's spelling bee teacher is Ms. Anzaldua. This is her fifth year participating and winning the spelling bee. Caitlin enjoys reading, drawing animals, and playing with her pet dog, Sammy. Caitlin plans to attend Texas A&M College Station to study to become a veterinarian. She loves animals and will be a proud pet owner of several dogs, cats, and an iguana. Congratulations, Caitlin. Our sixth grade student recognition is for Amina Wilson. Amina Wilson is a sixth grade student at McCullough Middle School, and she has participated in the spelling bee since kindergarten. She enjoys the fine arts and is an excellent writer and artist. Amina plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin to pursue a career in digital art. Congratulations, Amina. Your picture.
Watch that flower. Congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Very. She's tall.
She's the same height as Reed. Oh, for the parents.
Parents? Parents?
We'd also like at this time to ask our mom and dad and our family, would you please stand up and be recognized?
Our final recognition of the night is our community recognition. Tonight's recognition goes to the Southwest Education Foundation. Southwest ISD is proud to have community support from a number of organizations, but perhaps one of the most consistent support systems is the Southwest Education Foundation, which has contributed more than $1 million to teacher grants and district initiatives since its inception. From supporting the creation of the Southwest Academy to their most recent contribution of $100,000 to the Southwest High School Band for their trip to Carnegie Hall, the Southwest Education Foundation has been there for our students and teachers, and Southwest ISD would like to publicly recognize them today for their contributions. We are now going to see a short video of what the foundation has done just recently.
Ellen with the baby. That's like a prize. Wow. Yeah, a lot of Wow. Wow, look at that. Looks like fun. Yeah. Video cream. Yeah. They're having fun all the time.
Oh, she was dancing.
She got two.
Wow. That's awesome.
That was nice. So at this time, we'd like to call up Dr. Gates to receive a certificate on behalf of the foundation from Dr. Verstift, and then we'll call everyone up individually who's here to take a group picture.
You know, Dr. Gates sure was sprinting up and down those halls.
It'll turn on. And the members that are here include Miss Flo Burnell, who is already up here. Miss Melissa Byler. Sorry. Sorry. Mr. Paul Campos.
Thanks, God, for everything you do. Thank you.
Mr. Jorge Flores. Miss Helton Keaton. Mr. Rudy Molleda and Miss Stella Molleda. Mr. Justin Sullivan.
You do. Thank you for your hard work. It's so appreciated. Thank you.
Miss Sandra Salinas.
Great job.
And Miss Lorianne Vanderwally James.
Thank you. Good luck.
Supporting our kids. Careful.
Hey, it was good. Careful, careful. Careful.
You better watch that flower, ain't you? Hi, I know you.
And the foundation is under the direction of Dr. Joanne Fay.
Like father, like son.
Son's a lot handsomer than the father.
Well, you,
He'll work just as hard. Good, sir. So I'd like to share a few words, then I'll turn over to Dr. Hughes, his company. This is our Education Foundation members who really come together to create additional opportunities for our students. So they can experience real world opportunities, they can go places, they get other equipment they normally wouldn't have. So they contribute so much of their time, and they're up there leading, strategizing, coming out with fundraising ideas. And so we appreciate them so much for who they are individually, but especially who they are collectively. That's really big. Also, a special thank you to Dr. Fay. She works very intimately with this organization. Ms. Lori Vanderwally, they do really great work for us. I just hope you hear from us, from our heart to your heart. Thank you so much for everything you do for our kids here at Southwest IC, and kids who continually do. So I don't know if you want to. I was going to say if we have any parents here, if you'd like to.
well, we see one.
Wait a minute, oh, wait.
There.
Yes, there is.
That's cute.
He wants to have his picture made.
We couldn't do what we do without the help of the district. Y'all have done so much for us since day one, and we really do appreciate that. So we've got a symbiotic relationship here, and I hope we can continue for a long time. We're really blessed than to have children that went to school here. Some of us did. And, I mean, people that have really taken a love for the district and have really put their heart and soul in this for our kids.
Amen.
And we're very grateful for the capital workers that we do and the district that we do. And hopefully we can continue to all work together for the good of the kids. Thank you.
So the foundation today is receiving a shirt from the district with our strategic plan logo of Every Child Every Day, because we believe that they work on behalf of our students, every child every day. So thank you for all you do.
All right, at this time, the fun's over. For those that would like to stay, we'll be glad to have you, but if you want to slip out right now, we've got a couple of minutes between now and the boring part.
I may.
I got this. It's mine? Yes, that's right. Sorry, Mr. Nunez.
Sorry for what? No, they need to be recognized.
The video's also on the comment. Well, it said if you want to throw it on this.
Thank you for coming.
Good one? Should we get through it?
Mr. Kruger, we're coming.
Dr. Seuss is out there. Oh, Mr. Umet? Hey, sir. We're going to be with business and finance. So they're going to do a consent agenda. We'll do a construction update. And then
Putting them
Can you help me
our
put the
agenda for
photos
business and finance. Thomas is going to present the boundaries. I don't know if he talked to you. And then have you come up and do the recommendation and all that. So it may be a little while because they got to go through some of their stuff. They always save us for last because we're the best.
Okay, Zayda.
He's outside right now. We let people clear out. And he'll be in here in a minute.
He said he was going to give the presentation and then turn it over.
Yes. Yeah, he'll do a presentation, show the boundaries, and then he'll turn it over.
Oh, thank you. I haven't seen them in a long time, but they're absolutely stunning. Oh, it's been a while. Thank you. Especially that little her track star. Get ready. Get ready.
Thank God for everything.
Yeah.
Zayda.
Yeah.
The little one, when it was done by Jada, she was all into what, she was like, oh, I'm gonna go get me one of those awards. Like, I could see it in her.
And she will.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you know me and my Z's. You wanna hold her real quick? Is everybody's microphone off? Mine's on. I'll turn it off. We're gonna be walking.
We need a babysitter.
Well, you know, it's a package. Just take one.
You want me to hold you? I can hold you too.
No, she said, let me have my baby.
All right, if everybody will come on in and get seated, we'll get started.
Until next time.
Great job.
Can't really. All right, board members, you've had the agenda in front of you, the consent agenda, maybe.
Second.
The motion's been made and seconded to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried. All right, the next thing on the agenda is citizens to be heard. Mr. Rodriguez, is anybody signed up to speak to the board tonight? Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
It's time.
Is that the same hat you've been wearing for years?
I love it, right? It's so much fun. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome. What a busy evening so far, right? Well, I'm Jessica Aragon, if you don't know, president of the Southwest Texas State Teachers Association, and I want to thank you for all you do to help our children at Southwest ISD. We ask much of ourselves and of you, and we know there are times when we wish we could do more. Tonight, I'd like each of you to do something personal. I'd like you to do it with me. I would like for you to commit to read with a child on February 29th, March 1st, and March 2nd. March 2nd is the anniversary of the birthday of Theodore Giselle. Yay! He's better known to most of us as Dr. Seuss, the author of The Cat in the Hat, and many, many more. Wonderful children's stories. His books have led generations of children to discover the joy of reading. On March 2nd, to honor Dr. Seuss, the National Education Association, Texas State Teachers Association, and Southwest TSTA are sponsoring a celebration of reading. NEA's Read Across America. Our goal is to have every child in every elementary school reading with a caring adult for at least 30 minutes on these days. We would like you to join us by endorsing this program. We would like you all personally, all of you personally, to commit to read to our students at our elementary schools on these days, February 29th, March 1st, and March 2nd. Mr. President, board members, Dr. Verstuff, and senior staff, we give you these sweet treats from our special friends in honor of our celebration.
Nice.
And ask that you all explore the possibilities of joining us in our goal of having every child in every elementary school in our community reading with a caring adult to celebrate the joy of reading and Dr. Seuss's 112th birthday.
Might be Mrs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, it's very sweet.
And if you don't know, that's Daisy Head Maisie. So motivating children to read is an important factor in student achievement and creating lifelong successful readers. Research has shown that children who are motivated and spend more time reading do better in school, as we all know. And when we work together as a community to encourage our children to read, to quote Dr. Seuss, the more you read, the more you know. The more you know, the more places you go. Thank you. So we hope to see all of you. We do have some schedules. We're going to be passing them around. And also principals will be notified as well so that we can have as many of you to come and read to our students because we know how important that is. Okay, so thanks again for all you do for all of us and allowing us to do these things for our students because it's very important to us and dear to our hearts. Thank you.
Thank you. Wait a minute. You seem to want to get your picture made more than our superintendent. Y'all ought to get together. Thank you.
I'd like us to bring some video back. I know some of you make it and read, but when you see them go out to a campus, Sky Harbor comes to mind, where they lined all the hallways up for the kids and thing 1 and thing 2.
Cat in Hat went around shaking the kids' hand. It was a very euphoric school that day. So they did a really great job.
Absolutely.
Where is the sign?
Oh, you want the sign up sheet?
All right, moving on to items of information, construction update.
Yes, today we have Doris and Kluber presenting the update for the high school, Resnick Middle School, and Legacy High School. Not sure how we follow them.
Well, y'all didn't dress up as nice.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
It's loud. Hmm? You want to start? You want to start? All right, we're going to fly around the middle school first. See on the left, we've got the football field pretty well done. We started installing the goalpost today. All of our sidewalk and our flat work is complete around the middle school. The roof is complete. Tennis courts are all but complete. Will be complete for now. The parking lot on the left, right by the bus canopy, right there, we paved that area today. There. Okay. All right. Everything on the outside is pretty well complete. We're tied into our utilities. We should get water tomorrow, which is a big milestone for us.
You guys they've already turned gas on the gymnasiums. That's also a big milestone that's reached.
We also, AT&T has brought phone lines to the building, so all of our utilities are just about set. We started planting trees and getting some of the landscaping done. Should have a few photos of the inside. I think roughly we're about 85 to 90% complete. Billing wise, I think we're somewhere around there.
83%.
83.
The middle school. But as you can see from the work that's going on the outside, a lot of the work now is taking place on the inside. On the outside, you see a lot of the finished product, but on the inside, there's still a lot of the work that's going on now.
I flew the drone really slow this time. So our gymnasiums, we have started our wood flooring in both the competition gym and the practice gym. Our kitchen work is pretty well complete. It's our serving line right there. This is our locker room, just waiting on our lockers. This is our music room. I think those are drinking or hand washing stations, not drinking fountains. It's our inside of our kitchen. Just have our fire suppression system left to go in there.
You saw on some of the ceilings, you still don't have the acoustical ceiling tile similar to this, because now we're conducting the overhead ceiling inspections to make sure that everything above the ceiling is good, so they can start laying down the ceiling tiles.
In our high school, what's different this month from last month is we have started putting our final coating of roofing material. Should have that complete around this time next month. Again, all of our sidewalks around the building are complete. Started planting some trees and getting our landscaping started.
So what's mainly done is classrooms, and then on the black, what you see is administration, the theater, fine arts, and then off to the far is the athletic building. That's also in the process of getting dried out, or dried in, sorry.
Some of what you see at the end here on the roof, a lot of those units are now uncovered because they've already done the finish coat on the roof, so now they're starting to remove the protection on the units. So since we are doing the above ceiling inside, they're gonna start to turning those on so we can start getting some acclimated air inside.
This month we just got our insulation in for our auto shop buildings. So we're gonna start our roofing, and that'll let us do some of our interior finish work there.
Millwork has also
We've
started
also
on both
science
projects.
casework and millwork started on both. Around here to the left is our service yard. We have our chillers in place. Our electrical transformers are set and ready to go. We have a CPS shutdown scheduled for early next month to turn on all of our permanent power. And all of our exterior lights are working. If you go out there at night, we are lit up.
The larger portion of building to the north, that's pretty much complete on the exterior, other than some trims and some finishes that they're doing. So now they're focusing their efforts on the exterior at the athletic building. They've already done a lot of the exterior foam on the walls, and now they're starting to put brick, and we'll follow up with panels.
These are our ball fields. We have our dugouts, the concrete poured there, and you can't see it, but we have our fence has started on the ball fields as well. This is our concession building for the football stadium, our tennis courts over there. You can now see the outline of the football field pretty well. We have our drainage system and our exterior curb complete. Our grandstands and press box will be over here. A lot of concrete work still yet to do. We do have our arches up and our signage, exterior signage going in.
The obelisk similar to what you have here on this campus. For the park.
Inside we've got, this is our ticket booth. You can't really see it from the aerial video, but it is a big ticket booth. A lot of the things look really small on the video, but a lot bigger than that.
This is the main entrance to the building.
This is our science lab, one of our science labs. The casework is being installed. This is a sample room that we have put together. One of our classrooms, we put a mock-up room together with our marker boards and tag boards. This is our gallery area, our main gallery area walking through the center of the school. All the strapping that you see right here and on the other side is maple paneling. Really look nice when it's done. And that's our serving line for our kitchen. That is about it.
Any questions on Legacy or Resnick?
Board members? Questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What else we got in construction?
I'm going to give one update on Sun Valley Elementary with the water damage claim. All teachers, as of today, have moved back into their rooms. There is still some punch list items that need to be taken care of. There were some additional shelving units and millwork that was beyond cleaning when the mold remediation came in, that was over beyond what we originally planned. So there are some units that are on order. They've temporarily put everything back with some temporary legs of the things that got damaged. So as soon as those come in, we'll be working nights and weekends to get all that installed until it's all completely finished up. But all the teachers, as of this morning, are back into their normal classrooms.
About how many dollars do these young gentlemen cost us?
Approximately $380,000.
That's a nice afternoon's work.
We'll have to pay $100 of that for the deductible. And then
We get them to work for life out here picking up paper? Yeah, should do something. All right, thank you. All right. Monthly tax office.
Yes, sir. We're down about 1.15%.
Uh-oh. Gonna have to go bust some fingers. Financial report, investment report, gifts, enrollment, purchases over 25,000. If you have questions, ask. Enrollment report, the calendar of events. No questions?
No, sir.
All right, moving on to item 7, we'll postpone that to after executive session. And go into item 9, attendance boundaries.
Yeah. Thomas is going to present to the board the Brooklyn Planning's recommendation.
Yes.
We'd like to thank Mr. Matthew Mack. He is chair of our Brooklyn Planning Committee, which is a 46-member representative around the district in many endeavors when it comes to calling a bond with the city insurance. So we have him with us this evening. We want to thank Mr. Mack for his leadership in the community.
Absolutely.
In our district. Mr. Stewart is going to go through the presentation and give some dates and
I'm going to briefly go through a condensed version of what we presented at all of the community meetings and growth and planning meetings, and then I'll turn it over to Mr. Umack for the recommendation on the boundaries. So growth and planning have some dates there. We met multiple times, as you can see, and then the two community meetings at Southwest High School in McAuliffe in January that was publicized and allowed for anyone to come in and ask questions and just to get more feedback and information from the community if there was anything beyond what is the community on the Growth and Planning Committee. Just to remind everybody that we are having the grandfather clause still. All current 4th and 7th grade students will be grandfathered at their current location, but they must provide their own transportation. The district will not provide transportation, and it will only be for those 7th and 4th grade students, not their siblings. So siblings will have to go to the new attendance boundary. The proposed elementary boundaries, when we did the original, we had them all on their own separate map. I'm just going to briefly go through what is the changes. If you look at this map, overall district, what you see with the red lines is our current boundary, and then the background colors, for example, between Elm Creek and Southwest Elementary here, where you see the color, this is the new proposed. So to make room at Southwest Elementary, the line down Shepherd north of Jarrett Road is going to be going back to Elm Creek as it was originally when Elm Creek opened. That'll allow for 54 students moving from Southwest Elementary to the Elm Creek population. And then in addition to that, for Southwest Elementary, there's 57 students that are north of Quintana Road and up Pearsall Road that's here that will be moving over to Medio Creek Elementary. So then that leaves Southwest Elementary on after all the build out. And one of the things that we have to remember at Southwest Elementary is the Lucky Ranch area that's up here that borders with us in Medina Valley. They potentially, we're looking at a future of 128 students from that. There's 335 platted lots in our district that we will, at some point in the next 3 years, have those houses fill up, most likely, and that will bring those students. So it will bring a 762 student enrollment at Southwest Elementary at the end of those build-outs. Elm Creek, with the 54 moving from Southwest Elementary to Elm Creek, that puts them at 708. Spicewood Elementary, we will be moving the Hunter's Pond is this red section here. That Hunter's Pond originally was, I mean, this was all Bob Hope previously, to help with adding space for Spicewood Elementary. We're going to be moving Hunter's Pond back to Bob Hope along with the immediate housing development that's around Bob Hope. Takes Bob Hope to a final total of 461. if everybody remembers, Bob Hope is the only school, elementary school in our district that is a 600 capacity, so that's why their number will be slightly different than the rest. The average throughout the district at elementary level, we have a capacity of 800. They'll be around 700 on the final number average, except for Bob Hope, they're at 461. The Big Country and Crewald boundaries, we have never had an actual drawn boundary between Big Country and Crewald. It's always been like a school of choice for the parents to take their kids to whichever one they chose to. In this boundary, and because of the way the development is happening, the Growth and Planning Committee came up and actually set a hard boundary. So once you put that boundary, and I can kind of describe, defined by Marbach, Bear Paw Path, Rabbit Springs, and the Heritage Subdivision fence, down to Ashfield and Shady Meadow would be Big Country, and then everything south of that would be Crewald, which also includes the two housing developments here that come down Highway 90, and so that will put Big Country Elementary at 688 and Crewald at 722. There are still a lot of lots to be built out in the Crewald subdivision and that housing development that's there between Pew and Highway 90. So the Hillcrest side of 1604 will also go to Crewald with this new boundary. Sun Valley Elementary, currently we're gonna move 41 students from the Heathers Cove area, which is right on this little point here. Those students will be going to Indian Creek and leaving Sun Valley at a number of 692 there's 73 future students that are going to be coming from the Solana Ridge subdivision, which is just here at the south end of that Sun Valley boundary. So we're moving some students out to make room for those houses that are already in development and on the ground. Meadow Creek Elementary will be picking up this small section from Southwest Elementary, and also picking up some of the area here with Covell Road. Their final number will be 711 students. They will also be, with the addition that they're picking up here, at the same time, Sky Harbor will be picking up the Rosemont Apartments. So currently Rosemont Apartments that are inside 410 go to Meadow Creek. They will now be moving back to Sky Harbor where they were originally before the Meadow Creek campus was built. So that puts Meadow Creek at 711, Sky Harbor at 712. Indian Creek will be the area around Indian Creek, which is the norm, but they will also be picking up the Freedom Hills area and that Heathers Cove that we're moving out of Sun Valley, putting Indian Creek at 700 students. And then Hidden Cove will be picking up Prairie Flower Drive, Indian Desert Drive, and Indian Pipe Drive from Indian Creek, and be moving into the Hidden Cove attendance zone, leaving Hidden Cove at 637. So that's the elementary boundaries and the changes that are happening. Yes, sir.
Probably already covered this, but where's Von Army on that map?
Von Army is just south of Highway 90 here. I mean, I-35. So the city of Bon Army boundaries are about to that little niche right there.
Which one is Shepherd?
Shepherd is this road right here, just to the left of that boundary of Southwest Elementary. So it takes on both sides of Shepherd Road. That way there's not a line being drawn down the middle of the road. It's taken in full property there.
We're not going to have a test on this, are we?
I'm sorry?
We're not going to have a test on
Not
this.
tonight, no.
We have
So
other
then-
questions?
This slide here, and this is all in the packet you have, but this gives the overall total. And like I said, we're averaging around 701 students per elementary, taking Bob Hope out of the mix there for the 600. Middle school attendance feeder patterns. You're going to have Big Country Elementary, Crewald Road Elementary, and Sun Valley going to Scobie, along with, and then Southwest Elementary, Elm Creek, 10% of Meadow Creek, and 20% of Spicewood, which is the area, and we'll see the map here in just a second, that we took from Southwest Elementary. So these are the feeder patterns. You have Hidden Cove, Sky Harbor, and 75% of Indian Creek. The other 25% of Indian Creek, along with Bob Hope, Spicewood, Meadow Creek, and a small portion of Sun Valley. will be moving over to Resnick. So those areas that were Indian Creek that you saw that were going to Resnick, this Freedom Hills area with Heather's Cove, and then this section here across from on the left side of Pearsall Road, all of this yellow is going to be going to Resnick. That was some of the questions we had in those community meetings, where parents asking specifically in those areas, because they were in their mind, and it kind of makes common sense that McAuliffe's would be their home, because they're going to actually have to drive past it on 410 to get to Resnick. But because what we were tasked with and trying to make it equal numbers across the board, McAuliffe, with just those 3 areas there, they would, if we would have left these sections here in, McAuliffe would have been at a higher number than it currently is now. So to try and even the numbers across the board, this gives you the Resnick boundary, McAuliffe. And Sun Valley has always been a Scobie elementary, so we left that the same. And so that's what you see there is the McNair in the green, Scobie on red, Resnick is the yellow, and McAuliffe in the blue. So the only questions we really had were about those small subdivision areas. We were tasked with trying to keep elementaries together and have natural feeder patterns where an elementary stayed together and went to a middle school went to the high school. Due to the numbers and the way it fell, we were not able to do that with the elementaries. We had to split some of them up, but what we're able to do was keep subdivisions, actual groups and subdivisions of homes and developments together, and they would be going. So they won't be split. Neighbors across the street won't be going to different schools, but their whole subdivision will be going there. There's the projected enrollment for Scobie, McNair, McAuliffe, and Resnick. I think the average was 809 on the 4 schools. And the high school feeder patterns then, we have McNair and Scobie going to Southwest High School, and McAuliffe and the new Resnick Middle School going to Southwest Legacy High School. So then you'll see the feeder patterns there, or the boundaries right and left. So current or enrollment in 16 or in 17 when Legacy opens, you'll have 2,700 students at Southwest High School and 1,082 with only the 9th and 10th grade going to Legacy. Then as the years progress, the numbers actually, based on what we did with the demographer, the numbers will actually flop, and Legacy will have just slightly a higher number of students once it's all shakes out after the 3-year plan and they get an actual 12th grade graduating class. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Umack and let him speak about the process.
Any questions on,
I don't know if there was any questions on middle school or high school boundaries.
Board members?
I have a question. Yeah, we have covered it. But what size high schools does that make? 1,800 to 2,000, is that 5A? What is it?
We anticipate probably having 2 the 2 more of the numbers end up in the realignment for each year. And probably have, it looks like, to our best guesstimate, we would have 2 5A systems for a period of 3 years if our growth factor continues to be the 2.6. Just grow like really. They would both eventually be the high school between 5 year period. Not grade level.
So, and chances are we would still play a 6A schedule because of the alignment years, how they fall, just because we would fall in between.
any questions on the alignment?
No, sir.
It was very, very hectic, folks, as far as doing all of this stuff, as far as moving kids around. And of course, you can understand what Mr. Pfluger was saying as far as that one little area. And we tackled that, fought it for a couple of days until we finally came up, that's exactly the way it's going to have to be. But it's one of these things, as far as changes is concerned, you have to live with it and be adjusted. And one of the things that we took under consideration is the population as far as the students in the classes. Right now, I believe that McNair has over 1,100 students. What is that doing to our education for our kids? That's really hurting it. As far as the Texas education, you know that it's what, 25 to 1 or 20 to 1? Well, basically what we did is put that exactly the way it is. And the kids are going to get a heck of a lot better education. Thank you, Mr. and Dr. Verster. I really enjoy doing this. I have a number of kids that graduated from Southwest, and believe it or not, I can remember when they were going to Bob Hope Elementary. And the very first time I took them to Bob Hope, I said to the school board, to the one of the teachers, where are your walls? There was none. It was just like a big open classroom. And I'm thinking, are these kids going to learn anything? But believe it or not, they were excellent in what they did. And from what we have done since then, as far as, and you've heard a lot of the people, and then again too, mostly important was the kids that we had as far as winning spelling bees. And what this district has done for the education of our kids. And I thank you guys. You know, without you guys, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't. But it's basically for the kids of what we do things for. And someone said, Mac, you know, we're a big family. Well, we're a heck of a lot bigger than being a big family. And you know what? Our family is outstanding. It really is. We have a bunch of mom and pops, but I thank each and every one of you guys for what you do to our kids. I say it's my kids, mine and yours, and I want to thank you. Having said all of that, Southwest ISD Board of Directors, the Growth and Planning Committee recommends that you accept our findings as far as, as far as the redistricting.
All right, we have any questions on that? We need a motion.
I move. I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. There was one thing, Mike, that came up, and Ida referred me to this, that if there are any problems, do we give them your phone number?
By all means.
Hey, by the way, that was Ida, it wasn't me. I wouldn't.
On that note, I would like to share that we have information that's already been pre-generated, because based on what we would consider to be action tonight, is we went ahead and went into the system and started coding, because we need to make some movement with staffing that involves special populations, knowing the kids that are going to be grandfathered at locations and things like that. So we have information that's going to start going out tomorrow in the mail. We have all of the phone, or the conversations, questions are supposed to be directed to our office. But in the event that you get them, I want you to know those letters are starting to go out tomorrow, so.
Mr. Umack, not everybody here has been around as long as Mike Frazier, except for you. And so I'm not sure everybody knows that you've been around in every one of these meetings and led them for at least the past 30 years. And I don't think anybody deserves more credit than you. And I want to thank you for your hard work and your service to this school district. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Right, item B is change order 3 for Resnick.
Yes, the next item is the consideration of approval for change order number 3 for Resnick Middle School project. This is to extend the date of substantial completion from July 17th, 2016 to July 23rd, 2016. In our specifications, we give the contractor a certain amount of days per month. If that day is exceeded, then they're entitled to those additional days per month to extend the contract. And this
Certainly
is,
couldn't call it rain days now, right?
right, we're calling
It
it.
never rains.
So on Resnick Middle School, there will be 6 additional days added. So it is our recommendation that the board approve change order number 3 to add 6 additional calendar days to extend the date of substantial completion to July 23rd, 2016.
Questions? Need a motion?
I move.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Item C, change order 3 for Legacy.
This is the same. It'll be for rain days, and this extends the contract from November 28th, 2016 to December 4th, 2016. So our recommendation is that the board approve change order number 3 for Legacy High School to extend the contract to substantial completion for December 4th, 2016.
Need a motion?
I move.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. All right, change order 2 for Big Country.
This one is the consideration of approval for change order number 2 for Big Country additions and renovations. This will be to credit back the unused donor contingency to the district general funds in the amount of $62,015.73. This will decrease Baron Long's contract from $4,069,654.80 to $4,007,639.07. Our recommendation is that the board approve change order number 2 for a net decrease of $62,015.73.
Any questions? Need another motion?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept the money for change order 2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Change order 2 for Indian Creek.
Similar to Big Country, this is to credit back unused owner contingency to general funds in the amount of $70,165.17. This will decrease the contract to W.R. Greggs from $4,973,300 to $4,903,134.83. Our recommendation is that the board approve change order number 2 to decrease the contract for a net amount of $70,165.17.
Questions? Motion.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve change order 2 for Indian Creek. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Item F, change order 4 for Legacy.
This is the consideration of approval for change order number 4 in Legacy High School press box project. The current single-story press box design sits below 500 square feet of conditioned area, and it's minimal in space. The current design was also intended to be a temporary structure to be upgraded at a later date. This change order is for the upgrade redesign of the Legacy High School football stadium press box. District staff believes that it makes financial sense to upgrade the press box now while the high school project is well underway. The district will credit or benefit from utilizing time and resources currently on the project and not having to add remobilization and higher construction costs at a later date. The new design is a double-story structure with roughly 2,400 square feet of condition area. The first level houses visitor and home coaches room, a scorer, PA room, home and visitor film decks. The second level will house the administration room, press room, VIP room, and restroom. Pfluger Architects have prepared a new set of construction documents for the new football press box. Joris General Contractors have received multiple bids for different trades and provided a new construction cost. Southwest ID staff, Pfluger, and Joris also work together in order to acquire the best upgrade for the best value for the district. Change order number 4 will be in the amount not to exceed $2.1 million to be added to the new Legacy High School project. This change order will be funded by district fund balance. Our recommendation is that the board approve change order number 4 in the amount not to exceed $2.1 million to be added to the contract for the new Legacy High School project.
Questions? I can tell you as
There was an estimate given at the brown bag by Mr. Baz, it was about 1.6.
And this includes cost of materials, the best quality that we can get for that price?
Yes.
Yeah, staff has really done due diligence and worked very closely with the other two departments, architect, the contractor, in finding ways to really mitigate some of the costs. And I can tell you the 2.1 also includes roughly about $300,000 to move the visitor site bleachers into grandstand so that it doesn't become a burden cost for a future board or future kind of entity. We want to do it right from the beginning. So that 2.1 is not all trust property.
Right.
In the visitor side and grandstand, just like we did on the home side. And so we looked at many plans to try to lower the cost of this. Every plan that we looked at basically took away that from what you see right there. That's going to be centralized. It's going to be a very iconic figure to the students and to the parents and community that comes onto this site. And we're able to save like $300,000, but basically with a box of toothpicks or a box of clothes. So it's, trying to plan for the future. Done a lot of visits, other visits to other surrounding local press box facilities, and Mr. Elias has really, this is his project. He's really done a lot of traveling around to look at other things and how we can kind of move to this plan. And so that's why we're here tonight. It's more than what we wanted. You took the $300,000 features and it comes up about 1.8.
And then remember, a great deal of that cost, not a great deal, a substantial cost is an elevator that you have to have. There's just no question you're required to have it. There are electrical requirements in a building that size. And also, this structure will have more utility to the district than the original one, which was just primarily a press box. So conference areas and other areas, I think, would be very beneficial to the district.
You'll see that corner in the far right up there? James had to have his own special little room there. The cushioning and all, and the acoustics and all that he had, that cost us about $500,000 just for James's room.
I move.
I got a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. All right, moving on to item G, E-rate 19. Aren't we happy with E-rate 19?
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sir? Oh, hello everybody. So this year's E-rate was all Resnick, the hardware part of it. So in November, the board approved the submission of the E-rate 19 application, Form 470, and the use of requests for proposals for the procurement of network equipment for Resnick Middle School. So 32 RFPs were issued to vendors and proposals were received from 6. Upon board approval, contracts will be initiated and the next E-rate application, the 471, can then be submitted. All services that qualify for reimbursement will need to be completed between April 1st, 2016 and June 30th of 2017. If funded, the district will receive an 85% discount on the funded amount for eligible products and services, not to exceed the sum amount of $150 per student per campus, which at Resnick, I think the number we used was $758 at the time, which brings us to $113,700, and 85% of that will be potentially reimbursed, which is a total of, $96,600. So the hardware part of it, it was $214,000. So after reimbursement, out of pocket for us is going to be $180,000, right? Because it's $180,000 for the networking one. So the district is recommending that the board approve Computer Solutions as the awarded vendor for RFP 1516-006 for E-rate 19 internal connections networking hardware.
Are we talking about the wireless and the network?
We're on G. We're going to.
I'm sorry, did I read the wrong one?
Yes, we want to recommend layer 3.
For the wireless part, yes.
All right.
for $73,875.
All right, we have questions? Need a motion?
I move.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. All right. H. Go ahead.
All right, so that one was, our cost is gonna be 11,000 for that. So the next one was the one I just read, the networking hardware. So the district staff is recommending that we, approve awarded vendor, Computer Solutions for the networking hardware for Resnick Middle School.
Questions? Motion.
I move.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
All right, I guess we're at that point where there's one more thing. Must be one more thing.
Palo College, we're going to vary a capsule that will include scholarships for, college scholarships for the third grade students at Bob Hope Elementary. It's our partnership we're doing with ACCD, specifically Pat, we're going to attend that at 10 a.m. Any of you, if you're able to be part of that event, we'd love to have you there. It's in the Ozuna Learning Center, which is in the library. I remember that, Pat, it was Ozuna. So it's at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and it'll be a great thing. These students will make a commitment, and then they'll open that up when they're seniors in high school, and then get their pay advance for their scholarships. So that's a very good job. Also,
Good.
very special day as well. I hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day.
Did you get in trouble?
No, I didn't get it.
Anybody else got one more thing? All right, I'm gonna read the numbers. Under Texas Government Code 551.001-551.146, we go into executive session. All right, we come back into regular session, and it's 7:59 and 10 seconds. And we move to item 7, Superintendent's recommendation on personnel.
I make a motion that we approve the superintendent's recommendation on personnel.
Second.
The motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Mr. Superintendent, do you have one more thing, sir?
Well, normally we would introduce Odelia Martinez as the...
Hi, Odelia.
We already did it.
But Odelia will become our principal, Tuesday Resnick Middle School, and so we just, do a great job.
Great lady.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Love her.
Anything else? Anybody?
That's all we can talk about.
I think we have a pretty good plot.
All right. Anything else? If not, we are adjourned at 8:01. Merry